party. It's our birthday. That's right.
Lisa and I were both born on the 4th of July, which makes this holiday a very special time for the both of us. Can we go get the umbrella?
Yeah, it's drizzle.
Got the umbrella just to get started, starting to sprinkle a little bit, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad. About time.
Just about.
First time I've been to fireworks in my own hometown. That's pretty sad. I've always gone somewhere else. I've never experienced it in my own hometown. Interesting. What'd you think?
It was good.
Was it awesome?
Yeah, it was very good. We'll have to do this again.
Now comes the hard part of getting out of here.
That'll be all right. This is when I start getting excited.
The greatest gift you can ever give your loved ones is your time. That's the reason why Lisa and I love spending time together in the RV. Our birthday gift to each other this year was a trip to the beautiful Outer Banks of North Carolina. This is one of our favorite places to go in the RV.
Our first 2 nights in Outer Banks were spent at the OBX Campground. This is a relatively new campground. The location is fantastic. It's not too far from public beach access. There's not a whole lot of amenities to this place just yet, but it really seems to be a place that is upwardly mobile, and you're going to see some things coming up in the future, I'm sure. So it's a great place to keep an eye open for.
The first thing we did after setting up camp was head to the beautiful beaches of the Outer Banks. There's just something about those crashing waves that helps you feel so relaxed. Our first day on the Outer Banks was sunny and beautiful. The next day, however, man, it is raining like crazy. Look at what's happening over here. Definitely not much fun here right now. Alright, I'm going back in. Yeah, it's wet. What you doing, dog? Yeah, we can't let him out in this. It pretty much rained non-stop for the entire day. But that was the least of our problems. We soon found out. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if this is some kind of condensation or if rain's coming through, but we have never dealt with this before. When I opened up the vent cover, 2 pieces of ice fell out.
What? We talked about that. Okay.
Lucky for us, we still had one of our mooch docking AC units with us, and we used that in conjunction with the AC unit that was messed up.
What? No.
Still raining.
Jurassic Park Lost World.
There wasn't much we could do except sit back and watch YouTube for the rest of the day. We're watching other adventurers.
We're about to go take the dog for a walk around the campground because we finally don't have rain.
Yeah, and he knows it. He can tell it. Yeah, we haven't been able to do much of anything.
I've been sick.
We checked out this campground, but this new campground, we didn't get to do much because of the rain. And we're about to pack up and leave and go down to another campground. I'm not even sure if that pond was there before it rained. Maybe it was, I just didn't notice it. So, OBX Campground.
Very nice. Up and coming, not a lot of amenities just yet. You don't find, and we've talked about this, you don't find any kind of resort style campground up this way. They really need it, and I hope that's what this place will grow into.
Yeah.
I don't know how much land they've got or anything like that. But this little pocket they've got has been really nice. It's very pretty.
Looks like an old graveyard up there. That is an old graveyard, baby. Nice playground though. Being the history nut that I am, I had to check out the historical cemetery that was right in the middle of the campground. I know it may not seem like much, but a cemetery can be a treasure trove of information if you know what you're looking for. Many historical cemeteries are even protected by the National Park Service. I know it may seem like nothing more than a bunch of names and dates, but when you start to match the historical events of that particular timeline with the location of the area, it really opens up a window into the life experiences of the people that are buried there. For example, this man was born in 1850 and died in 1916. When you take that lifespan and you look at it from a historical standpoint, you can see that when this man was a teenager, the Civil War was going on. Being that the USS Monitor was found not very far from here, you know that this man spent many sleepless nights surrounded by the sounds of war. When this man passed away, we were in the middle of World War I, and German U-boats were sinking ships right off the coast of North Carolina. That also means that this man was probably a witness to many of the firsts of the Industrial Revolution. Not far from here, one of the very first radio signals were transmitted. And considering the location,
It is a good chance that this man was able to witness the very first flight by Orville and Wilbur Wright. Before we knew it, it was time to hitch up the camper and head down south to the town of Rodanthe, where our next campground was going to be.
Going?
373. I think it's the same site we were last time.
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Alright. You ready?
I'm ready.
Alright.
Come on. So this is the original location of the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse. It is now over there about 3 football fields away, I would say. They moved this because of erosion, and they were doing it to save the lighthouse. You can see how close we are to the beach. And the lighthouses are a treasure of North Carolina. All the ones that we have, we've caught a lot of them. I think we've got 2 more. But this is where it stood originally before it was moved. I'm so glad we did get to do the climbing last time.
Yeah, it's closed this time.
It's wonderful that they've got the renovation going on.
Yeah, I would like to be able to climb it again sometime though.
Well, and think about the generational implications.
Yeah.
Of having all, especially for people that grow up here like us.
Yeah.
That how significant this was for us studying history.
Even though the lighthouse itself was closed, the museum that was right nearby was open.
What is that?
They rolled it.
That's the rail system they moved it on?
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Whole new foundation underneath it.
Uh-huh.
All the people that were involved were able to sign a one and only lighthouse crossing sign.
I remember when they moved this lighthouse, they called it the move of the millennium because no other building this tall had ever been moved as far.
It was a half-hour drive back to the campground, where we quickly switched clothes and went on another half-hour drive up to the Tail of the Whale restaurant. The wait time to get into this restaurant is usually over an hour, but luckily they've got live entertainment at the gazebo to keep you entertained while you wait. We finally got our table, and even though it wasn't one of the tables that were overlooking the water, we didn't care because the food was amazing. By the time we got back to the campground, it was already dark, and we were exhausted, so it didn't take us long before we were totally out. The trip down to Rodanthe seemed to go smooth, and our first day was wonderful, but trouble was lurking right around the corner. Tune in next time as we tell you the things that went wrong on our trip to the Outer Banks. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss out on our future episodes. Stay tuned for bloopers, and until next time, happy camping.
We might be here for a while.
A little bit.
You want to watch a movie while we're waiting?
It's not going to take. You'll be surprised.
Now, if they would just put a pool right here,
Be awesome.
live, love, camp, baby.
375, so that's it right there. 373 over there. No, they did it right.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, that's 375. Go on around.
I know.
You can pull up more, pull up more, pull up more.